Well, good morning, friends. Caribou Dave coming to you on St. Patrick's Day at my undisclosed, safe, away from civilization place here in the central FLA. Just put a video up a couple of days ago, and in between then and now, I guess the entire world has changed for us. And so I'd like to make a couple of videos while I'm out here. Where I work, they've decided to go ahead and shut the facility down until the 23rd, and then just like during a hurricane down here, they're taking care of everybody and paying everyone to be off work, to be at home with their families. For me, I am on property, so there are a few other people around. There are a couple of houses on property that they live in, but basically 400 and some acres, 6-foot fence line, pretty much isolated from the world right now. I did do a couple quick runs into town. We're going to roll some video in, and my thoughts are with all my fellow full-time RVers out there on the road. You know, I still have to leave here in a week, maybe less, maybe more, just depends on what happens, to head home and to try to get going for the summer, and hopefully we'll be able to have some income there, because, you know, like a lot of you on the road, I'm just an hourly employee, and this virus thing going on, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. And you know, this is my house, that's my truck, and those are the two things that like everyone else has sticks and bricks. Those are the things that I do owe money on, but those are the only things I owe money on. If I can pay my student loan off next month, I hope. They decided that it was just better, since we've been around other people besides just the folks that work here, that we take some time off and try to either heal up or stay away from everybody. And I hope you're doing the same thing. I'm a ski patroller. I have a EMT basically is my qualification, so I'm not an epidemiologist. So I have access to the same information as y'all, and hopefully I wear gloves and stuff when patrolling, and that's called body substance isolation. So I've started doing that if I go in public, because it reminds me, my gloves remind me that I don't touch anything that I want to contaminate with someone else's substances. Like, usually it's blood, but in this instance it's, you know, it's a tiny virus you can't see. You don't touch your face, you don't touch your stuff, and I've started doing that anytime I'm out. You know, the only thing I did do is I got as short a haircut as I can stand, because I don't know when the next time I'm going to get a haircut is, at least, you know, commercially. And then I need to get some fresh vegetables and put a few things away. So anyway, I'm headed up to the Villages, hit the Walmart and Dollar Tree, and just kind of do this thing up there and see what the supplies are like. So I might just shoot a little video here, and I am using the cell phone because it's a little more discreet than walking around with the camera. No toilet paper. I guess you can still use those. Okay, so that was $97 worth of panic buying there, but really not. I kind of like reading, you know, apocalypse novels, if you will. I cannot believe, walking into that Walmart, it looks like every apocalypse novel I've ever read in there, as far as just the food stuff. I mean, there's no flour, no rice, no beans. There is yeast, no like powdered milk, just insanely empty. No bleach, no cleaning supplies. So there was some vinegar, which works just as well as anything else. So I picked up some white vinegar. Anyway, yeah, it's pause for thought if you're not homesteading or have access to, you know, growing your own food this spring. You may want to think about doing some gardening. Based on what's going on, I just don't know. So if you're out there traveling full time, I sure hope sit down with your family or with your dog if you got somebody to bounce ideas off of. So hopefully everybody's had a chance to sit down and make some plans, discuss some routes. Is there a place that you might want to head that's going to be safer until this blows over? Are you heading out to BLM land? Are you going to head out to back to home? Local Dollar General. They actually still have some bleach and cleaning supplies and toilet paper and paper towels. So I would hit the out-of-the-way places sooner than later to get your apocalypse cleaning supplies on. Okay, so this is Dollar General. They do still have some toilet paper. It's got some extra laundry soap. They had flour. I'm in an RV, so I got 3 of these. I already have some flour, but I got some extra Pampers wipes, just to have some sort of disinfecting wipes. Oil. They still have canned goods. It's over their stuff is like instant rice and that kind of thing, but they still have it. So they're actually better stocked here at the Dollar General than at the Walmart. So this book I read was called Locusts on the Horizon, and it was put together by, some group. I like the apocalypse stuff, but it's more entertaining and thought-provoking, so I've read quite a number of novels like that. But anyway, what they refer to as an RV lifestyle, as they called it a MASH unit, M-A-S-H, Mobile, Adaptable, Sustainable Homestead. And part of the concept, and I think one of the advantages of the mobile lifestyle versus sticks and bricks, is the fact that you can choose your location and you can move. So just like during the Depression, if you needed to migrate somewhere to find work, we migrate on our RVs to find work, but we can also exit an area if it's not safe for us. So for instance, if there's a coronavirus outbreak in California and you've isolated yourself, you could head out into BLM land in the desert for 2 weeks and isolate yourself, come back in town just to move and stay legal. And you can stay pretty much off-grid and off of the contact path where the disease is transmitted. So this is mobile, you can move, it's adaptable. So if I can go from the northern climate to the southern climate to a certain extent and adapt it to the situation. So if I need to find work in various places, that's available. It's sustainable because, obviously you still have to maintain it maintenance-wise, but it's a sustainable lifestyle because you can move around and you're staying mobile. It's also more accepted nowadays. And it's a homestead. One of my buddies sent me a link to how to grow some vegetables you can buy at the grocery store, like onions and romaine lettuce, which is my favorite lettuce, and some of that things. You can grow that from items that you get at the grocery, and you can pot those and grow them here during the growing season that's coming up this summer. Gas, I think, is not going to be a problem because no one's really driving that much, so gas prices are going to go down. It's going to be an advantage if you're on the road trying to move to a different area. Secondly, we keep hearing rumors that they're going to shut down highways and quarantine areas. I know they did that in New York City. I don't know how you would quarantine entire states right now, and most of us aren't city folks anyway because that's why we're in the RV lifestyle. So who knows what's going to happen. But my concerns are fueling, contact with people, places to stay if I'm going to boondock on the way home. We may see closure of a lot of campgrounds, and then and just how are you going to get to where you need to go. Secondly is how are you prepared for just being away from everybody for a couple weeks. I was going through my my cabinet inventory. I do have some hiking food and stuff that I carry just because I go hiking, but it's always a good idea to have extra food anyway. So right now that's not available. Rice and like I said, I'm going to roll in that. If you saw the video that I rolled in of Walmart, hopefully you've already got what you can get. I did notice that you can go to more outlying areas like Dollar General and stuff, and they still have things in stock. And Publix had things in stock. I went out and stopped and got vegetables a couple days ago before I came back here. So hopefully you've got food that you can cook for a couple, 3 weeks. I decided to start cutting back on the quantities that I'm using. I usually make a whole pot of coffee in the morning and drink that. So I put it in a thermos. So what I'm doing is making a whole pot of coffee, and it's going to last 2 days. It's going to be, you know, a cup or two the first day and a cup or two the second day. That's 2 days, so that doubles my coffee for a week for a bag. Now it goes to 2 weeks for a bag. So I have 4 bags with me, so there you go. So just think about what resources you have with you and what you're using. Your plan to isolate yourself, I think that's probably the best way. I know a lot of people are still going to get this thing, so it's not just going to disappear when you isolate yourself, but it's going to slow down. And secondly, you know, if you do get sick, how do you handle it in an RV in this smaller environment? My advantage right now is I'm away from everybody. If I were, basically I'm like boondocking. I do have hookups, but if I were boondocking, be isolated from people the same way. Still have my phone, still can talk to my family and friends until I start heading home. If you don't have a home base, what are you going to do? I don't know. I mean, hopefully you've got friends. I also have family that have hookups in a house that they bought, that they're like, hey, if you can't get home, come up here, up in North Carolina. You know, that's an option. If you can mooch dock off a friend and just stay away from them, or once you guys know that nobody has it and you're all going to be isolated, you know, you've got your community group. RV lifestyle community is pretty strong. We move in small tribal bands and circles, but that tribe crosses over those group boundaries. So hopefully we all communicate amongst ourselves and keep each other safe. That's just Caribou Dave sitting by the fire in the morning here in the FLA, St. Patrick's Day. The Adventure Dog is on her bed. I'm sitting here and trying to make the best out of it. I'm gonna work on some projects. I had to restring another blind that the cable snapped on, the rope, that cheap rope snapped on yesterday. But besides that, sun's out. World is still turning. The sun's going to come up. The sun's going to set. So hopefully we'll all hang tough and get through this together. Thinking of all my family and friends and all the folks that I know online, and hope that you all stay safe. If you have any thoughts or questions, put them in the comments about what we can do to prepare in the midst of the crisis or in the midst of the emergency. And who knows how long it may last for? It may not last that long. You know, it may take a few weeks for it to flow through the country. You don't know what you don't know. So be safe. Remember, do what you can where you are with what you have, and hold what you got. Because it's going to be bumpy for a while, but I'm sure we'll pull through and be okay.